getting to 1 Bitcoin is extremely important because of the rarity of the asset and the time that we have right now to secure the hardest, toughest asset on earth. The getting to 1 Bitcoin is important because there are 55 million millionaires in the world, and there are only 21 million Bitcoin. The getting to 1 Bitcoin is important because Bitcoin is currently $27, $25, $28, $29,000, and it won't be there for long. You have a certain moment in history to actually secure your 1 Bitcoin. I believe the way that Bitcoin works is that it prices out people. So far we have priced out worldwide low class. We have priced out, pretty much the Eastern or the third world middle class. Now we're pricing out the Western middle class, because $30,000 to put into an asset for a Western middle class person is not easy. It is not an easy thing to do. It doesn't last forever. We've got people waking up all over the place, right? We got people who went left because they were told to go left, figuring out, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have done that. They're coming back to the right. We got people who were told, the best thing that will make you happy is go grab a job and work for the rest of your life, even though it goes against your biology. Figuring out that maybe this isn't the thing that's going to make me happy, and the fact that 50% of my peers in this cohort are on antidepressant drugs isn't a good thing, and they're coming back. You cannot print money for long enough to keep humanity away from its natural instinct. It's not going to happen. It will bounce back, and the clapback will be harder than how far you try to push it, because the clapback is always quicker. The clapback, well, if it took 40 years to go one way, it's going to take 5 to 10 years to come back the other way. And the clapback will be tough. And the clapback will be tough because rebalancing is tough. And that's what Bitcoin is to the fiat system. The fiat system is designed to tell you to go against your human instinct. It's designed to tell you that the labor that you have, that you converted into financial currency or monetary energy, is not valuable, therefore you should spend it. It's here to tell you that whatever impulse you have to buy and spend, you should take it. That's not natural human instinct. We have been scouring the earth and accumulating resources for use by future generations since the dawn of humanity. You don't think that is inside every cell of every human being, of every DNA strand of every human being? That is the human spirit, and that's what Bitcoin speaks to. Bitcoin speaks to the human spirit that is inside every single one of us, the desire to have a better future. And fiat doesn't. And when people realize that not only does fiat not do that, but real estate doesn't do that, stock market doesn't do that, gold doesn't do that, because the supply levers can be controlled on those assets. When people finally realize that, the clapback to the fiat system is going to be so hard and so heavy. Why do you think BlackRock is getting involved at this point? And in the face of all of that, you don't want to get to 1 Bitcoin. There are people out here saying they don't need to get to 1 Bitcoin. They don't need to rush. They don't need to get into one. They don't need to find their way to 1 Bitcoin. And I want to tell you that you got one chance in human history. That's the rarity of this asset. That is the rarity of this asset. You got one chance in human history. No matter how many people are born in the future, no matter how many people die, no matter how much wealth is passed down to future generations, you have one chance in human history to get to 1 Bitcoin. Because there's 8 billion people, whatever it is, on the earth, 9 billion people on the earth. There are 55 million millionaires on this planet, and there is only 21 million Bitcoin. No matter how many people are born, if we manage to turn around the population crisis that we're going to have with the amount of the lack of babies being born, if we manage to turn that around, then great. They will still be in a world where there is only 21 million Bitcoin. The one Bitcoin is important. And by the way, the next cycle, it will probably change. It'll probably change because most people won't be able to afford one Bitcoin. I'm talking about, when I say most people, I'm talking about single-digit millionaires. I'm talking about people with $300,000 not being able to afford to buy one Bitcoin because you got your assets tied up. What are you going to do? To sell a quarter of a house? To sell a quarter of a house? To sell a quarter of a house?